Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Headbanger's Closet. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. For today's episode, I want to pit two really good Judas Priest records against each other, a battle royal, so to speak. We'll go track by track on each album, which album is better, which album might have the better overall songs as a whole versus which album has the better single type songs. Neither one of these is what I would consider one of the classic, iconic Judas Priest records. There are some of those records from the middle of their career that are really good, but don't get to talk about as much. So let's get right to it. First one we have, and I'm just going to just show them in order of when they were released. January 4th, 1984, Defenders of the Faith on Columbia Records. This is a first U.S. pressing on Columbia Records. There's a picture of the guys in the band. If you can really see right here, it's just basic photos, which looks like it's from the US Festival. And then there's the lyrics to the album, to the songs, rather. There we go. Side number 1 and 2 is basically the exact same on Columbia Records. This is a great album. Kind of feels underrated, but the reason why I picked these two is they came either before or after what I would call iconic Judas Priest records. Defenders of the Faith was the album that came after the iconic Screaming for Vengeance. So some might suspect there could be a little bit of a drop-off there just because Screaming for Vengeance was so great. I don't really think so. I think this album is fantastic. Let's go through the tracks right quick. Starts off with Free Will Burning, which is a great song. Jawbreaker, another great song. Rock Hard, Ride Free, yet another great tune. Then the Sentinel, boom, right off the bat, 4 awesome songs. Then you go into Love Bites, and it's not bad. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be. It's better than I remembered it when I was first listening to it as a kid. I really like the guitar riff in the chorus of the song. Eat Me Alive is an alright song. Interesting note about Eat Me Alive, and I got some stats pulled up right here for it. Eat Me Alive was listed by Tipper Gore and the PMRC as number 4 ranked on the Filthy 15. Tipper Gore said, and I quote, "The song is about performing oral sex against your will at gunpoint." If we all know Judas Priest, some of you watch the channel, you know who Judas Priest is. You know what Rob Halford's story is. His songs are very much, about S&M. A lot of his song lyrics are about S&M and stuff like that. So I can maybe see how somebody as completely misguided as her could misconstrue the lyrics and the meaning of the song. She's way off base, but I can see how a sorry individual like herself might think that. So I thought that was kind of funny, but a couple more stats right here, basically. Just says that the 30th anniversary is fucking badass. You get all this bonus CDs and DVDs, which I don't have that, but yeah, the main thing about the record is Tipper Gore pitched a fit about Eat Me Alive. So after Eat Me Alive, you got Some Heads Are Gonna Roll, which is a great tune. Night Comes Down, which is a really nice soft tune, but really cool chorus. Then the album ends with Heavy Duty into Defenders of the Faith, which sounds awesome. Love the guitar, the heavy riff in Heavy Duty. I love the, all crowd noise and, chanting of Defenders of the Faith. I think it's really cool. But great album. Top to bottom, not a skippable track really on the record, so I love this album. Next one we have is April 19th, 1986, Turbo. Just take a look at the very tongue-in-cheek artwork on this thing, and right off the bat, the first thing I want to talk about with Turbo is kind of controversial. Their sound changed a little bit, the style changed a little bit, a lot more love kind of theme songs, sex theme songs, a lot more like tongue-in-cheek Rob Halford lyrics, a little bit more poppy, a lot more synthesizer type stuff on the album. I really didn't like it when it came out. My mom got me the cassette tape and didn't really get the reference on the front and back cover, which is great, thankfully. But I really didn't like it. I thought, it wasn't the Judas Priest that I liked. I actually didn't have Defenders of the Faith till a few years later, but I had Screaming for Vengeance and British Steel, and those were the only two ones I had at the time until this came out. And I was listening to other stuff at the time. I just thought it was a little bit too maybe Bon Jovi-esque for my taste, even at that time as a kid. But the older I get, the better I like it. The more I like it. So a few years ago, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago, Judas Priest toured, and they came near where I live, and one of the songs they played was Out in the Cold. And I really liked that song, and I remembered it, listening to it when I was growing up. I went back and listened to the album, and lo and behold, I like Turbo way more now than I ever did back then. The songs are actually pretty good. You can kind of get by the change in style and change in sound and really just appreciate the songs. So let's go through the tracks. Turbo Lover, which not half bad. Locked In's pretty good. Private Property, I like that song. Parental Guidance is really, really good. Probably my second favorite song on the album. Rock You All Around the World is just a great, rock anthem tune. And I kind of like that they've got some crowd type of participation and kind of gang vocals on this one. Side 2, favorite song on the album, Out in the Cold. Great Judas Priest track. I really like the outro, kind of overdub lyrics with Rob when he's singing the outro to the song. Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days is good. Hot for Love's alright. And Reckless is pretty good. So overall, I don't feel that Turbo is as solid as an album as Defenders of the Faith. But when you take songs like Parental Guidance and Out in the Cold, I think these have better, more, standalone single type songs than Defenders of the Faith. Although, they did do a video for Free Will Burning. I feel that Rock Hard, Ride Free is great. The Sentinel, I would probably say the Sentinel is really the only one that's really kind of single worthy on this album. I really don't know which songs besides Free Will Burning they actually put out a single, so my bad. But anyway, and Defenders of the Faith wasn't as criticized as Turbo. Turbo was criticized. This was the last album from Judas Priest that went platinum. It was kind of criticized for all the reasons I just suggested and mentioned just a few minutes ago. Sales kind of tapered off, even though the Fuel for Life tour was very successful. But right after this, you kind of can tell Judas Priest returns to form, so to speak, the heavy metal form. Maybe they realized the backlash. They didn't want to make another Turbo-style record, so they put out Painkillers. And that's why I chose these two. Like I said earlier, Defenders of the Faith came out right after Screaming Vengeance. Turbo comes out right before Painkiller. Two great Judas Priest records in their catalog, in my opinion. So that's why I wanted to pit these two together. Which one do you guys like better? I like Defenders of the Faith based on the fact that you can put it on and you don't have to skip a track. You can still do the same for this one, but I find myself, after Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days, just stopping the album. So, which one do you guys like better? Leave me a comment down below. Hit that like and subscribe button, and go find me on Instagram, Headbangers Closet, if you will. Until next time, guys. Cheers.